Good evening, Robert Scribble with an OBX wave report as we provide video of some epically small waves here at Jeanette's Pier. Epically small, I mean like ankle biters here, watch out, they're gonna get you. Little foamy out on the offshore there. 1 foot waves up and down the Outer Banks today, guys. Did see some stand-up paddle boarders getting some over at Avon Pier, but mostly not too much to be had unless you're super dedicated. Yeah, 1 foot waves, guys. Up and down the Outer Banks this evening in the fog. Beautiful, serene fog, kind of developing a bit of like a misty rainbow here with the sun to my back as we look toward Jeanette's Pier. But unfortunately not too much in the way of surf for those of us wave lovers here in the Outer Banks. All right, so let's look at some of the data right now. Looking at the Oregon Inlet buoy, we've got 1.6 foot and 9 seconds out of the east at 83 degrees true. Ocean water temperatures at the buoy 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Water's warming up, still cold enough to produce that fog when confronted with the difference in temperature between the air and the water, and that's why we're getting that fog this evening as the landmass has heated up quite a bit. Temperatures in the mid 70s. I don't know, some spots might even be getting close to the 80 degree mark for air temperatures this afternoon. So when those warmer airs hit those cooler waters, you get that fog generation, which you see now, and boy is it serene and surreal with those small waves. All right, here at Nag's Head, 1 foot and we'll call this very slightly choppy. I mean, a little ripple here in the water. East-northeast swell coming in at 1.3 foot and 8 seconds. Southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. Air temperature 70 degrees here in Nag's Head. Ocean water temperature 65. We had a high tide at 3:05 p.m. We're coming just off a high tide right about now, and then looking forward to a low tide this evening at 9:24. So we got an outgoing tide right now. I'm sorry, an incoming tide. No, outgoing tide. Yeah, because low tide is 9:24. Okay, rain. At Rodanthe, we got 1 foot waves and slightly choppy conditions. East-northeast swell coming in at 1.1 foot and 9 seconds. Southeast winds at 7. Air temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 63. And at Buxton, 1 foot and semi-glassy east-northeast swell at 1.3 foot and 9 seconds. Southeast winds at 5. Air temperature 75 degrees down there in Buxton. Ocean water temperature 63. And last of all, at Frisco, we've got 1 foot waves and semi-glassy conditions. For today, 1 foot waves and mostly fair. Was pretty clean earlier though, with some paddle boarders out near the piers. Sunny conditions mostly today with some fog in the evening, which we see now. High temperatures in the middle 70s. For tomorrow, on Friday, we got 1 foot waves and clean to fair conditions. Southwest winds 3 to 8 miles per hour early, shifting toward the east, northeast at 8 to 13 by evening time, generating a bit more choppy conditions with that onshore flow. High in the low 70s with some clouds, possibility for fog again. For Saturday, 1 to 3 foot and building to 2 to 4 foot by afternoon, evening time. Mostly fair to choppy. Easterly winds at 5 to 13 miles per hour. Highs in the low 70s with some clouds. For Sunday, 2 to 4 foot and choppy with south-southeast to southerly winds at 9 to 18 miles per hour. Air temperatures for Sunday in the middle 70s with some clouds. And last of all, on Monday, 1 to 3 foot and mostly fair with south-southwest winds blowing 9 to 19 miles per hour. Shifting to the south by afternoon at 12 to 18, becoming a bit more brisk chance of a shower or thunderstorm by the afternoon hours. Highs in the middle 70s. All right, so thank you for joining me for this Thursday, May 2nd session of the OBX wave report. Beautiful conditions here at the beaches. Just no waves. Makes me sad. But nonetheless, some fun times to be had for those of you who do want to come down to the shore and dangle your toes in the warming waters of the Atlantic as we look forward to May and warmer conditions, hopefully some good waves. It is worth noting that the wave monitor forecasts do indicate a better set of conditions by Tuesday of next week, looking at possibly 2 to 5 foot and glassy conditions. We shall see. We shall see. Unfortunately, we had a good spate of waves, and we're looking forward to not a great spate of waves coming up, but nonetheless there will be some rideable surf by Saturday at the very least, possibly tomorrow, but mostly looking the same as today. So you're really looking at your longboarding conditions, your stand-up paddleboard, that kind of thing. In any case, thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. And as I typically do, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. The primary solution to the climate crisis is the rapid mass deployment of clean energy, and the mass deployable forms of clean energy that we have available right at this time are wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. Of course, we also have a number of new clean energy technologies in development that aren't yet mass deployable, but nonetheless, the way that we beat the climate crisis back rapidly is to mass deploy that clean energy, replace fossil fuel burning, and tamp down those carbon emissions to net zero and then net negative. All right, so thank you for joining me once again, and I'll treat you to a few more tiny waves and then we'll be back with you shortly.